Welcome, 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 my lovelies. So nice to be back again. Cheers, everybody. Start off with a nice warm cup of tea. I've just sort of tipped the camera down slightly so you can see I've got little Georgie here. He's come into the workshop with me today. I've got the oil heater on. It's very warm and cosy in here. Really nice. It's very cold outside and wet, although it is sunny. So as we say in England, we always get every kind of weather in the same day. But yes, Georgie's come in and he's having a little midday nap before he wakes up and causes havoc again. Yay! So we're going to carry on with the, not this house here, we're going to carry on with this one here that you can't see at the moment. This is part 2 of the commission house of Ashcroft Hall. As you're watching these videos as well, and if you live in the UK, please do let me know, get in contact with me. I'll put my email address in the box below, the description box. And if you're interested in having a commission done by myself, or interior designed by myself and done by me, then please do get in touch. I will be doing my own projects in between, but any commissions that come along, they'll take priority. But at the moment, it's this big house that I'm doing at the moment, the Ashcroft Hall, which I am enjoying immensely. So today we are on the 2nd floor, so this is why this is part 2, and part 3 will be the 3rd floor, the top floor. So we will wait no longer. Let's get into it. I have started on the left-hand room at the moment to work my way along, so I'll show you what I've done so far. Yay! Okay, so I've finished the archway, the basic archway shape, and sanded it smooth, filled bits with plaster, polyfiller, and sanded that down, and then painted the walls. I'm very happy with that. And the lower part of the walls are painted for the to put the dado rail and the panelling along. I've laid the floor in, and I've just started putting the skirting board in before I lay the panelling on the walls. Before I do the back wall though, I need to insert the fireplace so that I can do the panelling around the fireplace. So let's put the fireplace together. Okay, so I did actually do a video of putting the fireplace together, but I also decided at the time to do a marble effect fireplace, a marble effect hearth. But then when we showed the finished photo to the client, it wasn't exactly what they wanted. They wanted a plain black one, which is fine. I just took it off and I've replaced it with black. But I haven't now got the video to show you with the correct hearth in place. So I'll just show you the finished piece. So it's the chimney breast made with the 2 small pieces and the flat bit at the front, cut out to fit the fireplace so it can set into the wall. And then if I turn it round, you can see there's the finished item with a black fireplace as requested. So that's fine, absolutely fine. These things happen. But just sorry I don't have the video to show you putting all the bits together. But I've cut the dado rail and the skirting to fit in around. Centralised it on the chimney breast, of course, and then put the hearth on. So we can get that set into the room now. And then we can add the skirting board or the baseboards to the rest of the wall. So we'll get that done next. Okay, so I have put the glass and the frame and the window in. I've put the dado rail and the skirting around the room, and I've started putting the pillars in. I'll put the other one in this side and then carry on doing the coving around the pillar, and I'll let you see what I've done with that. I've left the, if you can see there, tiny bit round there, the skirting board to go into the next room. I haven't cut that yet because I would also need to cut that at an angle sticking out to go around the corner, but I want to wallpaper in this room first.
and it would be awkward laying that flat with a little bit of wood sticking out. So I'll stick this bit of skirting in when I've wallpapered the other room, and then I can carry on doing the skirting around there. Looking good, I think. And here we have the finished room. I've put the paneling now around the walls, put the coving in around the ceiling. Sorry about the focusing. I've put a ceiling rose in and hung the light, and I've painted the wire to that comes from the light. I've painted that a gold colour, just to help blend it in a bit. And here we have the archway, across the top of the door. So now we can move into the next room and show you what I'm doing there. So as you can see, I've built the chimney breast, put the chimney breast in. I've put a brick paper in the back and made it dirty and sooty looking, just to make it look more used. I've put brick paper on the floor and painted that black, and I've got the fireplace ready to insert. But first of all, I'm going to wallpaper the room with a beautiful oriental mural wallpaper. Well, I'm saying oriental, it's called Sutton Park. It's from an English home. Anyway, what I've done so far, I'm just doing the paper in sections, but obviously it has to match all around the room, and it's quite a big room. So I've just pasted the two walls here up to the chimney breast, and I'm going to lay paper up to there and then carry on from the chimney breast round. Okay folks, so quite different looking now. As you can see, I have put the wallpaper in. I haven't painted the door yet, and it's not fitted, so I'll be taking that out to paint and then replace. But I have started laying the skirting boards. I've fixed the fireplace and the hearth into place, and it's looking, I think, looking really good so far. Just out of interest, the wallpaper is it's an original, or it's come from an original hand-painted Chinese wallpaper that was in the drawing room at Sutton Park, which is a lovely house near York, England. I think many years ago when I lived in York, I think I actually visited this place. But I wasn't doing dolls' houses then, so maybe I should go back to see it this time. Okay, so here we have the room finished. I've got the bit going across the top of the pillars there. The lamps have been put in, the wall lamps in the middle of the alcoves. Those wires will be left loose at the back so they can be pulled or shortened to stand on various tables. And there's the beautiful mirror that goes with the fireplace, and then the lady can put maybe a bowl underneath the mirror with some fruit in, or some vases each side with flowers, or whatever she'd like to do. I think it's looking great. There we are, all done. Now we're going to move on to the next room, which is a hallway, which will lead back to stairs going further up into the house. So it was just this one whole room to start with. I've just put this division wall in, so I've divided the room up into two already, so the door will come out of here and go straight through there into the next room. But this is going to be the hallway. Sorry it's dark at the moment, although we are. So I've just painted the walls a certain colour, and I've made a hole at the back there and put a bulb through there, and I'm going to put a false wall in here with a doorway and some stairs in the background, right at the back there, and I'm going to lay the floor as well, tile it right through, so when you open the door you can see the tiles continue. But the first thing is putting the division wall in and getting that nice and straight and even, and using a set square at the front and the back on both sides to make sure that it's perfectly squared with the walls. So that's where we are at the moment. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm making the stairs, putting the the spindles on and the handrail and everything, the newel posts, painting it the colours that I've been asked to paint it, and then that can go into the back of the room, and then I can put skirting in whatever it's going to show. Okay, so the first thing I've done is lay the flooring. Now this tiled flooring comes in big A3 sheets, so it's just got the border all around the outside of the A3 sheet. So it's up to you how you cut it or where you cut it to relay the edge in, so that you end up with an edging all around. I've actually managed to edge it right down inside there, even though once the stairs are in and the door is there, you won't see all the borders. But I have matched it all up just so I know that it's perfect all the way around the edge there. That has taken some time to lay that floor, but hopefully you'll agree it looks quite okay. Okay, apologies for the bad lighting, folks, but I'm trying to film inside a very narrow room, and I can't get my iPad in there properly. But as you can see, I've put bits of wood along the ceiling there. They're all exactly the same length, and a piece on the floor there, and skirting board on the left hand side, and then I can set the wall against that, and I can use that to help glue it into place. And I've brought it forward enough so that you can put a door in there and the door can open without hitting onto the stairs. The stairs were just plain when I got them, but I've cut bits of wood and put overhanging stair treads on them, just to give them an extra dimension and a bit more attention to detail. As you can see, I haven't finished the last stair, and that's because you literally can't see there once the wall is up and the door is in. I think you can only see 3 or 4 stair treads anyway. But I have just underneath, in case you got down and peered right through, I have put the skirting board under the stairs and angled it at 45 degrees, so it all fits in perfectly. And of course I've put skirting in the other corner there because you can probably just see that when the doors open. So that's all ready now, and the light is in there ready to be fixed in with a bit of blue tack just to hold it into place. And then of course you can take that out from time to time out the back of the house when you want to change the bulb. So I'll put the wall in now, and then work out what I'm doing next. Okay, so that's the wall is now in. I'll put the doors in last because I'm going to lay the skirting and the panelling in before I fit the doors on. But there's 3 doors and they're all painted and ready to go in. I've put the skirting board or the baseboards around the bottom there, and this side of the doors as well, and also the coving at the top there. I've just done it at the back and then so far forward. I've measured an exact distance forward, and that's where I'm going to put not a false wall but an archway at the top there. So they're going to be an archway with corbels coming down each side and sort of bits of detail and stuff. So that's going to be the main feature there. And then just beyond the archway, I will also hang a light coming down in between the archway and the door to the back there. But that's all the basic bits put in before I put the archway in, and then I'll probably do the panelling and then put the doors in. Okay, and here we have the whole completed, finished. I haven't put this door in yet because I'm just wallpapering the next room, so it's not glued in, but you can get an idea. In fact, I could take that out just now and then show you. Hopefully you can see if the light can get in. There's a double tulip drop light there in the ceiling, and the pediment above the door. I think it looks really nice. Then crust of paper is on the panelling, and I've attached a dado rail. I just have to, well, that's not painted there, but when the door goes in, that covers up these marks and this bit of wood here. But that's, sorry about the light, but it's finished anyway. And if I go in and open the door, if we walk in there, we can see straight through into the hallway and there's a light in the hallway as well, and a light in the archway here, so the whole thing will be quite bright when the light's on. So that's that one finished. Okay, now moving into this room, and this is the gents' study. So I have laid the wood floor in, the walnut coloured floor in, and papered the room entirely, floor to ceiling, wall to wall. So as you can see, I've papered straight over the doorway, straight over the window. I'll let the whole thing dry. I've only just done it, so if I come in here you can see there's small ridges here where the paint is, where the paste is on underneath. That will all dry out and smooth down. I'm not worried about that. And also the chimney breast there, there's a hole in the back of the chimney breast for the fire to go. Obviously I will cut that out once the paper is dry, and then I'm ready to put the skirting board on around the base there. It's a narrow room. If I put my hand out you can see it's almost finger to finger there, so it's not a hugely wide room. So that, if I can get I'll just get a couple of fingers in there, you can see how narrow the gap is around the chimney breast. So that piece of paper took a long time. Lots of in and out, lots of folding, refolding, but I think it's in very neatly now. Once I finish this video, or come to the end of it, I'll put the lights on in the house so we can see it all lit up properly. And of course there'll be more light in this room as we go on, because I'll be cutting the window out and the door. Okay, so the wallpaper has all dried. I've put the hearth in and the fireplace and put those in. That's quite good with the brick behind, the dirty brick. I'll just show you here, somewhere here at the side of the window the paper was wrinkled up. I showed you in the last scene. The wallpaper is thoroughly dried, to just let you know, or let you see that it does 9 times out of 10 it will go flat, depending on the paper as well and the paste that you use or the glue. I've started putting in the skirting boards, or the baseboards, and I just wanted to show you, when I'm doing a chimney breast, it doesn't matter how wide the gaps are each side of the chimney breast. They could go like so in the big room there, and the chimney breast in the middle. I always cut and lay the back pieces along the back wall first, and fit those, or you don't even have to fit them. You can just do them, take them out again, measure the others, do them, and then glue them in all at the one time. But I always put the back wall pieces on first and then make my way up the sides. So I will then make my way up the sides of each wall, make my way up the sides of each chimney breast, each side of the chimney breast, and then put the front pieces on. If you start at the side and work your way around, or put the side bits in and the side of the chimney breast, you'll find it very difficult to try and get the back pieces in. You have to sort of slot them down, and especially when it's glue on it, it can smudge the walls as well. So put the back pieces on first, then it's easy just to fit these in at an exact length as you work around. So I'll carry on finishing off the skirting boards, and then exactly the same with the coving or the cornice. I'll put the back pieces in first at the top of the wall and then work my way forwards. Okay, I just wanted to show you quickly how I fit the skirting board, and the same with the coving. As I say, I've measured the ones in the back and I have glued them in. You don't have to, you can just, as long as they fit nice and perfectly, you can just put them in and they'll stay there. But I have glued those. And then what I do next is just get a length of the skirting and cut the next angle, so that's ready to go in, and then place it down the side of the fireplace like that. And then what I do is hold this with the other hand and take this hand and draw a pencil line right up. I won't do it now because it will just push the piece away, but I just draw a line right up so it meets the front of the fireplace or the chimney breast and the wood, and just draw a straight line. Right, I won't actually saw the piece of wood because I've got the camera sat on the bench at the moment. So as soon as I start sawing, the whole thing will start shaking. But what I will show you is there's the angle piece that went into the corner of the chimney breast and the wall. So we're coming up the side of the chimney breast, and as I said, I've marked a pencil line there while it was resting against the chimney breast. So that's the front of the chimney breast. So what we want is the cut to go from that line. What I've done is mark it on the top. I know it's only a tiny piece of wood, but I've just done a pencil mark there so we can see where the line comes. So when it's in the mitre block, I can see that at the top there. And what I want to do is just get the saw right on that dot. I mean, it's very thin wood, so you can just do it on that dot. But that gives you the full length of the cut, the width that you need. And also when you're coming round two corners, so that this is one corner, you're coming up here to go around the next corner. Sometimes people can't work out which angle to cut their cuts at, but if you're coming round two corners in succession like that, both cuts always go the same way. So as long as you've got this one the right way to start with, then the second one is going to also be the same way. It won't be a different angle. They'll both be exactly in the same direction. And I'll show you. I've just got a piece of wood here. Just imagine this is already cut at an angle. This will be the side of the fire, the chimney breast, and I've marked where it comes. I've marked it across the top, but where this bit of wood is thicker, I can show you. If I draw a line 45 degrees, there we are. So this is the back of the mitre block, so I put that straight in like so, ready to make my cut across here. So I just make sure where that line comes down to at the back of the piece of wood, that's where my saw, if you can see in line there, that's where the saw would be cutting at that angle there, and it would touch that bit of wood there. Don't move the bit up so that the saw touches the front of the piece of wood. Move it until it lines up at the back against the mitre block, and when you cut that will give you the full length from there to there, from the angle that when you pushed it into the wall. That's exactly where you want the next one coming out from the chimney breast. So I'll cut the other pieces and we'll get those in and see what they look like. Oh, also, I was going to show you, I'm using a saw here, mitre saw. I also have a Proxon saw, but it depends on how you work. If you're okay with a mitre saw by hand, you can do it if you've got time. Sometimes if I'm busy or in a rush, then I'll use the electric one. But at the moment, I can't be bothered getting it out. And this cuts perfectly as long as you measure perfectly. Okay, my lovelies, time is moving on. So I've really just been concentrating to get the rooms done, to make a nice job of them. But here you are, as you can see. This is the gents' study, and all wallpapered. There's a light there I've put from the back there, and it's going to go, I think, on under the window there somewhere, or maybe on a table, and it will look very, very lovely. But there we are. That's the study ready, and this is the end of the middle floor rooms. Okay, so this is the middle floor complete. So we'll go from the left hand side and move our way along through the archway there. Sorry about the light, I really am. The light's coming from outside in the garden, from behind the house, so that looking into the house, it's not giving so much light. If the house was the other way around, the outside light would be shining through. But there's just a quick look at the finished floor, which I'm very, very pleased with, I'm happy to say. Okay, folks, thank you very, very much, as always, for watching part 2 of the commission of the Ashcroft Hall. Just to let you know, Nigel has come in. He's the older cat. Oh, Nigel, hey. He just pretends to bite you. He doesn't really bite. He's lovely, aren't you?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's getting used to young Georgie now, but he still sort of gets annoyed now and again. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching part 2. Part 3 is coming very, very soon. It's almost finished being filmed. So that will be with you ASAP. I hope you're enjoying this little mini series, and can't wait to get on to the next project, which I'm sure will come very, very soon. So nice to speak to you just now. Hope you're all well and safe. So I've got a cat coming on, growing out of my shoulder. Hope you're safe and well and healthy, and we'll speak to you again soon. Really nice to speak to you. Take care, folks. Bye.